Hello everyone, and welcome to the combo guide. Re-uploading because of issues with the first upload, so here we go. First and foremost, going to be basing a lot of our basic combos off of the three following character archetypes, roughly differentiated accordingly. Heavies, characters around average weight, and then, of course, lighter characters. Now, generally speaking, your combos on heavier characters will work roughly 10% to 15% earlier than they will on normal characters, and roughly 25 to 30% earlier than they will on lighter characters, and of course the inverse is true as well. Now, with that in mind, most of what you're going to be doing with combos is a lot of stuff like this. First, your main thing is going to be Nair 1. The reason this move is so important to Falcon's combo game is because of all of Falcon's aerials, it is the one that has the most diverse potential with his combo abilities, while also being the most, not plus, but the safest on shield when spaced properly. So you can do things like Nair 1 into Nair, like this, into more Nairs, into more Nairs. You can do like Nair 1 into back air, Nair 1 back air regrab, into Nair up air neutral air, for instance. You'll be able to do like Nair up airs. At higher percents, you can do things like, once you're at a percents where, for instance, a lot of your Nair neutraler stuff doesn't work as well anymore, you can shift gears to something like that with a lot of up airs, or you can do things like this to put them in a position for killing. At higher percents, you'll also be able to use it to just flat out kill rather than put them in a position for it. A good example would be things like this, that you'll just be able to convert into kills on a lot of different characters, and Nair 1 into this also works by the ledge. The way you want to make sure you space your Nair so that you get this properly is because the timing between both kicks of Nair is extremely quick. Make sure that you land with the first hit and fast fall at the same time. That way the game realizes that the second hit has absolutely no chance to come out. That's when you get the right hitbox, and that's when you also maximize the amount of time you have to get the right follow-up and react to any DI that they might have. At higher percents, when, for instance, Dare and Nia are no longer effective, you also have access to this as a nice little mix-up. Now, it can kill not quite as well as Nia and down air will, but at a much wider variety of percents, you'll be able to make it work. Like, it'll still work even around this, for instance, true combo. And that should give you an idea of that, for instance. Another move that you're going to be using a lot for Falcon's combos is Nair 2, the second hit of the kick. Now, the second hit of the kick has a completely different angle and property. Instead, it sends them like this, which you can combo into regrab, into more stuff. You can say, do this into Raptor Boost, which is going to be useful in other situations. You can do this into grab, neutral air, and that. And you can also do this into dash attack, or even that. It's a little bit odd, but you have a lot of options there, and make sure that you learn all of them accordingly. Another move you're going to be using for a lot of Falcon's combos is going to be falling up airs. Can still be used like in Smash 4, although the hitbox is smaller and so it's not as good. But as demonstrated, you can do things like that are all pretty solid off of like falling up airs. You can also do, say, a simple bread and butter off of a spaced back air at 0, as you can do downward angled F tilt. Raptor Boost, you can also do things like this. On heavies, you can do like into neutral airs, into this, into another neutral air, for instance. You can do Raptor Boost, neutral air, back air, stuff like that. And then at certain percents, you can also do things like neutral air, back air, into more back airs, and then you can just flat out kill a decent amount of characters before they even get a chance to do that. Now, this is going to vary based on lots of different character percents, things like that, but it's still useful to know. Another bread and butter combo move for Falcon will be Dare, starting around 20% on pretty much every character, although a little bit higher on heavier characters and a little less so on normal weight characters compared to lighter ones. At this, for instance, you can combo that down air into grab, into down throw, into imagination. You can do things like that into jab, you can do this into that. It's pretty solid in general, but you especially get beefy follow-ups from it at somewhat higher percents. A good example would be like at 50, for instance, you can true combo down air into forward smash. You can true combo it into up smash, which is particularly useful if you're on a platform while you're doing it, because you might be able to get a kill since you're already so much closer to the vertical blast zone. Or even at higher percent still, you can do things like this that are pretty good. Oh wait, messed up. Really good stuff. Works on a lot of different characters. Works on everyone in the game, and it's one of Falcon's more reliable kill confirms. Also, if you're by the ledge, you can do this one. Situational, but still solid. And it's worth being aware of. You can also do things like... Not really that useful, but by all means, feel free to use the double donkers, if you will. Do not steal. Otherwise, let's see. Some other things you can use that are going to be good at a larger variety of percents is on heavier characters starting at around this. You can do downward angled F tilt into jab block, into like down air, into regrab, into up air, or things like this, jab reset. It's hard to do it on Sin and Roar, but you can do like this. Man, why am I so bad at this all of a sudden? There we go. But you get the idea. Even if I'm tired, you get the idea. Some other stuff that you're going to be able to do is a lot of stuff with attack cancel back air, which I'll go over in a second. So regarding that should give you an idea of what a lot of your combos are going to flow out like on heavy characters. I chose Incineroar because he's like middle of the road as far as the weight and size of heavyweights go. A good example of a normal weight that's going to be consistent across most characters is like Robin, for instance. Robin's pretty middle of the road when it comes to weight, so it's a good way to demonstrate a lot of combos on that, and also a good character to practice on if you're trying to get a general idea of how to combo characters of his weight class, or her, doesn't matter. Either way though, you're still going to be able to get a lot of the same stuff like Nair 1 into Nair into more Nairs. You'll still be able to get like Nair back air, regrab into other stuff. You'll still be able to get Nair 2 into Nair, up air, neutral air, stuff like that. But the percentages in which you're going to get a lot of down air follow-ups and other things are going to be a decent bit different. Example would be like, pretty good, things like, still really good to know in general. And of course, the other thing that I was going to go over, and the video for it is going to be linked in the chat, is on attack canceling, a video made by Rush Hour Smash that lets you essentially cancel the animation of an attack to distort your movement and do things that otherwise might not be possible and move frame perfectly with a lot of things. To demonstrate, you can do things like this into attack cancel back air into regrab. You can do things like this into neutral air, into attack cancel back air, into more attack cancel back airs. You'll be able to do things like this, back air, attack cancel, and just a lot of solid stuff like that. It gives you an opportunity to set up potential regrabs and other similar combos that you wouldn't have access to otherwise. And of course, a lot of these combos are going to work around like 50 to 60-ish on normal weight characters. On heavier weights, they can start about the same percent, but they'll go about 20% longer. And then on lighter characters, you want to go for those combos about 10 to 15% earlier. Good example of like a solid follow buff of up smash, and it's especially good if you're on platforms. You'll be able to get kills. It's nice. That more or less shows you what you need for that. And now we're going to show you some stuff for lighter weight classes, which a good example of that is Zero Suit Samus, who I looked at the weight chart and she's pretty middle of the road as far as lighter characters go. Not too light, not too close to being a normal weight class. So it works out pretty solidly. You'll be able to still do stuff like this. A lot of your stuff is going to be pretty similar on most characters. It's just or not similar, but a lot of your bread and butters are very similar. It's mostly just going to be a matter of realizing which ones you can do on which characters at which times, and which things you're going to be able to do otherwise. But attack canceling back air is also going to be good for things like that, into regrab, or solid 33 damage combo that is going to work on a lot of different characters. And then off stage, you can also do stuff like, let me show you this real quick. Nope, I messed up, but I totally forgot what I was going to be doing in this. But although it's not a true combo, you'll be able to often set up weak knee and frame trap into other aerials, so you can get lots of kills off stage with like weak knee neutral air, which is amazing, by the way. Seriously, edge guard people with it. It's so good. Otherwise, though, other stuff that's good to be using is stuff like back air into grabs at higher percents. It doesn't work at 0. Back air this, attack cancel back air, up, and then if you read jumps, you can kill them off of that. And then otherwise, the main thing to be going over at this point is figuring out how to convert kills from setups that aren't going to lead into kills guaranteed otherwise. A good example would be like, suppose you're getting all these up airs like normal, and obviously you're not going to be able to true combo into knee because there's not enough hits done. What you do instead is you can try and aim your knees with the double jump by going above your opponent a little bit, so that if they double jump, they'll go into it as a way of reading a double jump. If you predict they're going to air dodge, for instance, you could do something like just wait it out and then punish them like that. And then if you read they're not going to do anything, you can do something along the lines of just going for a raw and making it work like that. Make sure that when you're going for your kill combos off stage with up airs into knee and down air, that you're accounting for which options you think your opponent might go for, since outside of extremely specific percents on extremely specific characters, that's not really going to be something you do often, as if for it being guaranteed. Keep your opponent's options in mind when they're doing that. Another solid follow-up you have when something like this, for instance, isn't enough, as demonstrated there, is you can actually true combo Nair 1 into falling up air, into down air and knee, depending on positioning, and it will kill. Yes, that's a true combo. Falling up air, or falling Nair. Falling Nair 1, falling up air, knee, or down air is a true combo. It's great. Do it. Trust me. It's the absolute best. Of course, vary your position accordingly based on whether your opponent is positioning themselves in different ways, and you should be able to get it pretty consistently. Another good example of like attack cancel back airs is you can actually convert kills with comboing off of that at a good variety of percents as well, by putting your opponent in, say, the following situations. So if you do, say, this into it, such as this into that, aim it a little bit low so that if they don't, or aim your back airs a little bit high so that if they jump, they'll get hit by it. If they don't do anything, they get hit by the weak spot, and then you'll be able to just combo it into another one, into whatever you want. It's great, and you'll be able to get a lot of stuff out of it. That's like a solid 53%, and if you aim it a little bit higher, if they try and jump out, you'll eat it, and then they'll be in a perfect position to be hit by another back air, and then they're definitely dead because they don't have a jump. Making sure you optimize your attack cancel back air setups off stage so you can convert kills is absolutely critical, and it will do so much for your punish game when you can just kill people off of the most random things off stage. Trust me, develop it, and you will master it. And of course, if you're having trouble with that, just check out the video in the description, and it should help a lot with that. On heavier characters as well, you'll be able to like true combo Raptor Boost into up air and to like more stuff, but keep in mind that Raptor Boost, as far as combo moves goes, is usually more of a frame trap rather than a true combo, but sometimes it will combo. So make sure that you're ready to figure out when you can and can't combo off of it, and when you can't combo off of it, take advantage of your opponent's fear and eagerness to get away from you. Predict which option they're going to go for based on the behaviors they've just exhibited in front of you before, and then just go accordingly, such as if you read they're going to land with an attack option, for instance, you could do another one into up air. You could do, if you think they're going to jump, you could do this into like knee or whatever. and then suddenly they don't have a jump and they're off stage. Get creative. And either way, just make sure that you practice your nairs by moving forward and fast falling immediately. And doing this in general with a lot of Falcon's combos, you want to make sure that you're moving as fast as you possibly can while doing them, since the timings and punish windows on a lot of Falcon stuff is pretty tight compared to a lot of characters of a similar viability. Either way, hope you guys found this video useful. Should give you a pretty solid idea of where you can push Falcon and his combo game in general. If you liked the video, found it useful or whatever, feel free to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube. If you're feeling really nice, maybe turn on the notifications thing if you want to see more of this stuff when it comes out quicker. Feel free to follow me on twitter.com/fatalityfalcon and twitch.tv/fatalityfalcon if you like. I stream a lot of stuff live, and if you've got Amazon Prime, if you got a Twitch Prime subscription and you're not using it, feel free to drop it on me. Hope you all have a good day and night, and I'll see you around another time, okay?